Hello, my name is Nicholas Morey, and today I will be presenting on the topic of carbon taxation and alternative solutions to address climate change. This presentation stems from my recent research essay where I explored the effectiveness and challenges of carbon taxation, particularly in the Canadian context. Let's dive into why this topic is so critical. I chose to research carbon taxation because of its increasing prominence in both policy discussions and public debate. As climate change continues to be one of the most urgent and far reaching global challenges, governments around the world are exploring a variety of strategies to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and mitigate its effects. Among these strategies, the carbon tax has emerged as a controversial yet widely implemented tool. However, I notice significant debate surrounding the economic and social consequences of this policy, particularly its impact on everyday citizens and businesses. The more I explored the topic, the more questions I had. Is the carbon tax truly the most effective solution to combat climate change? Or are there alternative approaches that might yield better results without imposing financial strain on vulnerable populations? This curiosity became the driving force behind my research. Reflecting on my research process, I found that one of my key strengths was my ability to identify credible and reliable sources of information, which allowed me to build a solid foundation for my arguments. I was able to take complex ideas such as economic and environmental implications of carbon taxation and synthesize them into a clear and cohesive argument that was easy to follow. However, I also encountered challenges during this process. One of the biggest hurdles was ensuring that my analysis remained balanced and fair. For example, while I focused on critiquing carbon taxation and their potential drawbacks, I recognized the importance of also addressing their intended benefits and their role in reducing greenhouse gas emissions to avoid presenting a one-sided perspective. Navigating these complexities helped me refine my critical thinking skills and pushed me to approach the topic from multiple angles. Ultimately, this experience helped me develop a more well-rounded and nuanced understanding of the issue, which was incredibly rewarding. Through my research, I identified three significant findings that I highlight the complexities and implications of carbon taxation. First, while carbon taxes are introduced with the well-intentioned goal of reducing greenhouse gas emissions, they often have unintended economic consequences. One major drawback is that they disproportionately impact low and middle income households by increasing energy costs, which trickle down to raise the prices of essential goods and services. This creates financial strain for families already struggling to make ends meet, raising concerns about the fairness and equity of such policies. Second, I discovered that Canada's vast forests play a crucial role as natural carbon sinks, absorbing significant amounts of CO2 and mitigating the nation's overall emissions. However, their ability to act as a reliable defense against climate change is increasingly at risk due to natural disturbances like wildfires. For instance, the 2023 Canadian wildfires alone released unprecedented levels of stored carbon into the atmosphere, demonstrating how vulnerable these ecosystems are and underscoring the need for robust forest management strategies. Lastly, I found that investing in innovation and emerging technologies offers a more sustainable and equitable pathway to reducing emissions. By focusing resources on developing renewable energy systems, enhancing energy efficiency, and creating sustainable infrastructure, nations can achieve meaningful environmental progress without imposing undue financial burdens on citizens. This approach not only fosters technological advancement but also supports economic growth and job creation in the clean energy sector, presenting a win-win solution. One quote that encapsulates a critical perspective on carbon taxes comes from the Institute for Energy Research, which states carbon taxes are set arbitrarily, and they are impediments to prosperity. This statement highlights the economic challenges associated with such policies and invites consideration for alternative solutions that could yield more equitable and effective outcomes. In conclusion, while carbon taxes aim to reduce emissions, their economic drawbacks and limited environmental impact make them less viable compared to fostering innovation. By prioritizing advancements in clean energy and sustainable practices, we can achieve meaningful progress without imposing undue financial burdens on citizens. This research assignment not only deepened my understanding of climate policies, but also enhanced my ability to communicate complex ideas effectively. It has shown me the importance of clear, evidence-based communication and a skill I will carry into any workplace.